Hey everyone, Retire on Dividends here. It's time to make the YMAX, YMAG, and ULTY estimate of the estimate video. And we'll get into that in a second. One thing I just wanted to look at was the popularity of the YMAX fund. So here's the YieldMax, funds by assets. NVIDIA's number one. We know that. Tesla number two. Wow. Tesla's been number two. Coney, Misty right behind them, and then there's YMAX, right? YMAX, and then ULTY. So YMAX, I did a quick question in the Discord yesterday. What is the last fund you sold and you're not buying back? And YMAX was number one. I couldn't believe it. I think people are just disappointed because the price of YMAX has gone down and they thought it would be a little more stable in a bear market, I guess. But the problem is a lot of the funds, there's a couple crappy funds in there. So, and that's the issue, right? In the bear market, sometimes the crappier funds will tank much more than, the larger, more stable funds. So, but either way, these numbers don't show that, they're still pretty big. They're bigger than ULTY, bigger than AMZ, which is, AMZ's a big fund because AMZ, a lot of people love AMZ, and it's bigger than YMAG for sure. AMZ's in the 100 mil, so that's impressive. But and then out of curiosity, who's the last one? Babo. Well, Babo's new, so let's give them some time. All right, so let's move on to the estimate, which is why you guys are here. All right, so again, let's just look at some dates. So declaration date for YMAX, YMAG, ULTY is September 17th. As I record this is September 8th. So, that's 9 days away. So I'm doing this on the weekend. I'll have one more weekend to give a true estimate. So this is the estimate before the estimate, like the shirt before the shirt. This is the estimate before the estimate. And then obviously, so they'll declare, it looks like maybe it's on that Monday, ex-dividend date the following day, and then payment date the day after that. So that's going to be a really good week. Hopefully the payments will be, pretty damn good. All right, so how do we make the estimate? I know I cover this too in a lot of videos, but in case for people that are new. So here are all the other, when I say all other, these are the covered call ETFs like Tesla, NVIDIA, Misty, not the short ETFs. They are not in YMAX. So it's anything that's a covered call, typical strategy ETF. And obviously, another criteria is they have to have at least paid one distribution, okay? One distribution, and then they'll be added into the following month. So like TSMY, for example, no, they're not going to be in there. All right, so declaration date for that was September 5th, and ex-dividend date was 9/6. So what do? I get the holdings as of the close of 9/6. So whatever YMAX and YMAG held at the close of 9/5, the close of 9/5, which will show 9/6, that's what I get. So I'll show you that in a second. So I scroll all the way down to the end. You'll see it does show 9/6, because when you get the holdings as of the close after 9/5, it'll show 9/6, because technically these are the holdings as of the morning of 9/6. 9/6 is ex-dividend date, of course, but it's the morning of, which means that they bought into on declaration date. So, the funds that they own are typically, the funds we're familiar with. Anything new? Yes, they added, what is it, ABNY is in here. I mean, I'm not a fan of that one, but it's in there nonetheless. One thing I did notice, Murni is not in there. Murni, for whatever reason, they have a call. I see a call in there, They have a sell call, buy call in there. And then what else they got? They got something up here. Then they got a put. So I don't know. Again, I lost my voice for some reason. So apologize for all that crap. But yeah, Murni, I don't know. It's like they have a synthetic position for Murni, right? Yeah, synthetic 85. So yeah, 85, and then they got the sell call. So I don't know what's going on with Mert, but since they have a synthetic position instead of actually owning the shares, we're not going to get a distribution from Murney. So, I mean, that's kind of, well, number one, it's confusing. Number two, it's pretty annoying, right? So, you know, how much value of the fund is going towards that? I mean, I hate Murney, to be honest. I mean, Myrna, whatever the hell the ticker is, but if it leaves YMAX, I'm fine with that to begin with. But if it's taking up space here now, taking up like value, then again, that's annoying. All right, so regardless of that, it holds all the funds, whatever that's going on with Murney, it is what it is. And then they got cash. All right, so, but the outstanding shares that they're holding overall, 15,039,000. Total market value, 249 mil. So let's look at the outstanding shares, 15 million. Because what I do, I have to do like a VLOOKUP, and then I go here, and then I plug in the outstanding shares, right? And then I plug in the latest distribution that was paid, okay? So once I plug that in, obviously I confirm the numbers down here, and then 15,039,972. Why am I leaving this? Like it's on another file. It's not. 15,039,972. 15,039,972. So that confirms I did get the outstanding share number right. And then obviously September distribution numbers, I plugged those in from my other file. So those should be pretty accurate. I'm not going to double check those while we're talking. And then obviously to the right, it shows you, so it shows you the number of shares that they owned of Tesla, for example, what Tesla paid per share. So that's the total payment that they have for Tesla is $663,455. And that makes up 6.47% of their total payment. OARC, for example, makes up 3%, Aptly 2%, NVIDIA 5.83%. So going down the line, any big ones, Coney made up 7.15%. And AMDY, pretty good payment, 7.01% of the fund. PP, really, PP 9.83%. They had a really big payment. Squee had a really big payment as well. So they make up 7.47% of that. Again, Murney, I'm putting 0. They did pay 47 cents per share. But again, if they don't own any shares of Murney as of declaration date, then we're not going to get crap. So that's why. All right, what else? Misty's 8.66%. And Snoy, 4.96%. I hate Snoy, but good job. ABNY. What the hell? Did I not update that formula? Woohoo! Okay, my estimate's going to be even bigger. All right. Actually, so our percentages change. All right, so Tesla 6%. All right, this is good news actually for me. All right, Coney 6%, PP 9% still, Squeeze 7%. All right, whatever. All right, so let me just focus on YMAX for now. So yeah, using all of that data, right? Obviously, the 100% totals, the percentage, and then the total payment that they received is 10,576,572. Outstanding shares shows 14,525,000 right here, right? So if we want to check that, you go here and you go to outstanding shares, 14,525,000. Okay, so that checks out. So you take those two numbers, and you divide them. How much you getting per share? You're getting 73 cents per share, which is a 52.29% yield. I mean, it was a really, really hefty payment month for YieldMax. So I am not surprised to see this number because 73 cents, that's not unusual. The unusual part is paying 73 cents on such a low price of YMAX. However, as you know, declaration date is far away. When is it? It is September 17th. So it's, ex-dividend date. They have to, if they buy by 9/17, then they'll qualify. So we have like over a week of, more than a week for people to buy in. So once those outstanding share number increases, our payment will go down. And I know people get pissed about it, but all right. So I have a cushion calculation. How do I do that? You guys know, most of you do. All right, so how do I do that? So this fund, or since I've been tracking at least, as of 4/12, they had 4.9 million outstanding shares. As of 9/6, they had 14.5 million outstanding shares. So that's an increase of 9.6 million and an increased percentage of 194%. So what is it per day? 1.33%, because deck date being 9/17, it's 12 days away. Obviously, that includes weekends. I'm not going to get into that. And so that comes to a cushion of 15.91%. However, ROD's adjustment, I'm going to say, let's deduct 3% because the popularity of the fund, it's not growing as substantial as it was in the beginning. So I'm going to take away a 3% adjustment for that. So the adjustment reflects 13%, which would show an increase of 1,875,490. Yes, I tried to make it round it to the 25,000 mark, and I can't do it. I can't figure it out, but I don't care. Doesn't matter. So the new outstanding shares, based on the estimate of the estimate, would come to 16.4 million, and the new estimate would come to 64 cents per share, or a 46% yield. I'm pretty happy with that number. I'm not going to be honest. Again, I'm happy with 40% plus with YMAX. What people are not happy with is this YMAX price. YMAX price is $16.71. Yes, obviously it sucks. I mean, the whole market's down. But yeah, to the point of like, what is this garbage in the fund? Airbnb, like, get the hell away from me. Snowy, IT, maybe they're not the problem. They seem to be doing okay, but GDXY, I'm actually okay with. Ybit, I mean, it's a lot of crypto. So if crypto goes down, we have Misty, Coney, and Ybit bringing us down. Murney, again, you can get the hell out of there. AIYY, you can get the hell out of there too. So, as far outside of that, in the beginning, it was mostly stable funds. But yeah, that's probably why we're down. But again, am I okay with owning YMAX? Abso-freaking-lutely. Yeah, so anything else, I'll do more adjustments as time goes on, and we'll see how it plays out. All right, let's move on to YMAG. So YMAG, again, you go to how many shares did they own of each. So I pretty much go to the same file, not same file, same website, and I download YMAG holdings on the same day, and you get the total outstanding shares, 6.4 million. Obviously, you just want to check that. Again, I check things live because sometimes I don't trust myself. I always say 6.419. I don't want to show you distribution ahead of time. But so the summary is, I'm not going to get too detailed again, but Tesla has, for YMAG, Tesla paid out 24% of that. NVIDIA paid out 21% of that. And yeah, that's it. So Tesla was the biggest contributor. Tesla and NVIDIA really make this up. If it wasn't for them, you get crap, because Apple pays 10%, AMZ pays 13%. That of the total payment. So thankfully, I know people say I don't want Tesla in there, but I mean, what are you going to get paid then, right? So anyway, what does that total to be? It totals to be a payment of $4,058,715. Not bad, right? Outstanding shares at the time, 6,125,000. If you don't believe me, we go here. Right there, 6,125,000. Let's go back. Where'd it go? There it is. So what is that estimate? It comes to be 66 cents, which is a 43% yield. And that's without the adjustment. Oh boy. All right, so let's go down here. So they, again, since same date, April 12th up to today, or the latest, date, total increase basically was 226% divided by the day. So you get an increase of 1.54% per day. So I calculate the cushion to be around 18.5%. I'm doing an adjustment of only 2% because I think YMAG, I think that personally they'll grow at a higher percent, than YMAX. So their cushion decrease is only 2%. So if I take that decrease, I'm going to not decrease. If I add an increase of outstanding shares, of 1 million approximately. That'll come to outstanding shares. Again, this is a guesstimate of the guesstimate, 7.1 million, which would come to a payment of 57 cents, which is a 37.58% yield. So is that okay? I mean, that's okay. I don't own YMAG, so I'm not going to be bothered since it's under 40%. But again, that's pretty good payment. Still pretty good payment. I mean, my numbers could be wrong. Like the popularity of these funds could be dwindling because people, at least in my Discord, people aren't a fan of YMAX. It's not necessarily YMAG, because YMAG, they're kind of holding up better. They're at 1816 versus the YMAX 1671. So yeah, not bad. I mean, it's been a little more solid because they don't own as much shit. They own the Mag 7, the Magnificent 7. So again, those are the estimates. So again, we'll recap. YMAG is going to pay per, as of today, 66 cents. As of, the increase in outstanding shares, that would come to 57 cents. So, and then YMAX, I'm calculating 73 cents, which the cushion would bring it to 64 cents. So all good. All good. All right. So let's get to ULTY. So I never cover ULTY except on this video. So what I do is I also like to talk about the funds that are in there. So let's do it. So what you see here, though, these are the holdings and export from the holdings. And, this is an export as of, it shows Monday's date, but it's an export as of the close on Friday, which is different from YMAX and YMAG because that stays where it is. Like this export is what it is. These are the outstanding shares that they own that qualify for the payment. ULTYs, man, they go up to the day. They're earning money up to the day. So this export will continue to update as I continue to make more estimate videos, which I don't know how frequent it'll be. We'll see as time allows. So what is ULTY doing? Well, they own the underlying, they sell calls. They own the underlying, they sell calls. They own the underlying, they sell calls. All right, pretty consistent. Oh, MSTR, they own the underlying, they sell 2 calls. NVIDIA, 2 calls. All right. QQQ still in there. I like it. TNA, hell yeah. I mean, I love TNA. It's a triple leverage fund of the Russell. So we got indexes in there. I like to see that. All right. Now, who do they hold? I mean, we got some names here. AI C3. I could give 2 craps about that company. I mean, in fact, their IV is only 50%. So I don't know. Maybe, I could be completely wrong. I just see the way AIYY performs and it's like, ugh. AST Space Mobile, 168% IV. Okay, that's a good IV. Chewy, I mean, I guess that's okay. 58% IV. Calumet, 94%. Coinbase, 74%. Enphase, 57%. Samsara, 45%. Direction, this is Labu. This is the biotech 3X, 83%. So I guess consider that another index in general. MicroStrategy, 90%. I mean, not like I need more exposure to that, but there it is. NVIDIA, 56% yield. Palantir is in there, 55% yield. And there's the QQQ. Again, that very low IV, 24% yield, but very, very safe addition. Because, again, they're trying to protect the NAV a little more. But then you have this. Cassava, 129% IV. Summit Therapeutics, 172%. Holy crap. And then there's TNA, 75%. I do options on TNA. And then there's Upstart Holdings, 74%. All right. So why do you give a damn about the IV? Well, that's what I do. I take the IV average and I calculate 81%. So why do I do that? Because since they strive to yield the IV on the other funds, I'm going to say that they're going to strive to yield the IV on this fund. So that is going to be the yield that I use for the estimate. Simple as that. Nothing, it's not rocket science here. All right, so since that's the case, what's the ULTY price? ULTY, unfortunately, is at $10.32. Yeah, that kind of sucks. So if we zoom out a little, what does the payment come to? It comes to 70 cents, which again, 70 cents is obviously a 81.3% yield. Okay, so how does it compare to the prior month? The prior month was 78 cents. So Yeah, I mean, obviously, as the fund price goes down, the distribution will go down. It's not $1 anymore, which, we're kind of used to at this point. But, 70 cents, 70 cents for a $10 freaking fund. What do you want? So that's my estimate on ULTY. Again, it's as of today. It's the estimate before the estimate, 70 cents. So, yeah. And I don't know. What can you say? You guys excited with these numbers? Are you sad? Do you still own YMAX, YMAG, ULTY? If not, why? Let me know. I know everyone's pissed off, like, especially right now after last week. So, most people, I wouldn't be surprised if people are just going to have some angry comments about these funds. Usually YMAG gets the least amount of anger, but we'll see. Let me know your thoughts on these three funds. Let me know your thoughts on my estimate. Let me know if you care anymore. Either way, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, we will try again later. But yeah, I'll do a follow-up video to this video. Again, I mean, if I could do it during the week, maybe. If not, I'll just do it the next weekend, and that'll be probably the final estimate. That's probably going to be more than likely the case because it's going to be a very busy week. All right, guys, if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. And like I said, any comments, just leave them down below. Have a great day, everyone. Later.